Hello, you're very welcome to Classic Academy. I am Bob. I'm an English teacher. In fact, I've been teaching English for more than 3 decades, and I want to start teaching here from very basic level. In fact, we are going to start some structure in English language, and through the structures, I am going to introduce you types of vocabularies, idioms, collocations, different kinds of sayings and proverbs as well. But I'm not going to leave you with bunch of vocabularies saying that this is important vocabularies in advanced level, and if you learn these 10 words, you're going to make it perfect. No, we are going to practice to learn it with each other. I'm not going to leave you for some words and give you some meaning of words, because dictionaries do this perfectly. So I am going to start making sentences from simple sentence to compound sentence and to complex sentence. We are going to read different kind of stories and texts, try to analyze and find all the details, and of course, I will explain everything to you. So don't worry, I will try to speak as slowly as I can possibly do it, in fact, because I would like you to understand everything. If you think I'm very slow, please leave a comment and tell me. I will try to a little speed it up in next sessions. So, in this session, I am going to introduce you some important basic things in English language that every basic learner should know. Let's start the session. Well, this is the first session, and as I said, I would like to speak very slowly but clearly so that everyone can understand me. There are some rules in every language. Well, I say rules because sometimes you will see a lot of rules in a language like English language. But maybe you find these rules very different from language to another language. For instance, Indian speak Hindi, Italian speak Italian. Well, French people speak French, and a lot of Arab people speak Arabic. So the name of these languages are very different. There must be some different rules. But I believe the first common rules among all these languages is the matter of part of speech. Part of speech gives us the information about a word that we want to use. For instance, in every language, we have verb. In every language, we have, well, noun, of course. And there are different verbs and different nouns, of course. Well, maybe you know that. A verb helps, in fact, to show a mental or physical action. Sometimes it gives us the state of being, and it is quite clear. In every language we need it. Yes, of course. Well, what is a noun? It is a word, of course. It names a person, like Tom. Well, kind of something like chair. Of course, we must know a lot of nouns in every language too. Verbs are very different. Well, in fact, like start, learn, need. And that is very important. We have a word here, and this word sometimes says that I am a verb. This word also says I am sometimes a noun too. You can use me in both cases. So we have such a kind of a word in English language. Yes, of course. So the first important thing is the matter of getting to know what is a part of speech of a word. Why? Because this is going to make the second rule. Well, the second one is very important too. this is word order. And this is very, very different, I believe, from language to language. Maybe you have a very different word order in Hindi. You speak Hindi, you come from India, or you come from Italy and you speak Italian or some other languages, and you will see that you have word and words, a lot of words here. And these words have a special duty in a sentence. Some of them are verbs, some of them are nouns, and there are a lot of different kind of words in every language. But almost such a kind of a thing is very, very common, and they seem common in a lot of languages. But word order must be different. Yes. Why? Because my mother tongue says I need to put the starter, Tom, for instance, in the middle of the sentence, but Hindi says you need to bring it at the end of the sentence. English says you need to bring it in the beginning of the sentence. This is very important. Why? Because if I know this word order, well, I am going to make quite natural sentence and sentences with different kind of structures. This is very, very basic, but very, very important to know. Well, the word order in English language starts with a starter. I say a starter, many books says that it is a subject or an object. Yes, it can be too, but I just want to make it simple. A starter is something that it starts. Subject or object? Well, this is particularly important to know it. Little by little, I tell you, things can be subject. Yeah. They can come and work, act like a subject or an object. Let me go to another page so we continue the matter of a starter. Starter, verb part, and complement. Yes, of course, you can guess it. Complement is the part of a sentence after the verb. Well, it has a lot of things inside it. The complement completes the sentence. The starter can be Tom or can be a pronoun like he. Because Tom is a man, he is showing that Tom is a man. And the second sentence doesn't like to repeat Tom. We never do this in English language. Okay, we do not say Tom is here, Tom is angry. No, we don't say this. Well, not necessarily. Maybe it is sometimes, less than sometimes. It happens. But most of the time, you will see that there are some rules. Tom is a man, if you do not know that. It's a noun of masculine, was for men. And he is a pronoun for masculine too. It shows a man too. The verbs, well, they are the same, huh? Is, it means exist. It comes, yeah, and it makes the existence. Here is here, not there. Huh? It is close to you. And the angry is an adjective. Well, every sentence has one starter, a verb, and a part of a complement. Well, this is very important. We must put the words in a sentence according to the rules of word order in English language. If you are an Indian and you put Tom at the end of the sentence, you must know and change it in English. If you are a German, if you are an Italian, you need to be careful about these orders. These are very, very essential. Why? Because we are going to speak in English language by and with its word order. Please tell me what's your mother tongue and how is your word order used there? How do you use it? What is it like? This is very important to compare these things. When you come to the comparison, you will somehow experience it differently, but perfectly. It helps you to understand step by step. We are not going to memorize anything at all. We are going to learn to find a skill how to put the words in a sentence and make our own sentences. This is particularly important because I am going to teach you the basic, very, very important rules to start speaking by full confidence, by full self-confidence. You need to build up your self-confidence by the rules. This is the only most important thing a learner must have in the beginning. I am 100% sure because I have taught English in this way to many learners, so many learners during last 30 years, and they have always been able to produce the language the way that they like. 100% sure. Don't worry. Take it very, very easy. Try to focus and make different sentences. Let me start the third sentence. My father works in a large factory. Did you hear S with works? Well, if you have a verb for a starter who is one person or one thing, we need to put an S here to show that the starter is one single person. We will talk about all the details in next sessions. Don't worry at all. This is the first session. I'm not going to go very fast at all. No. I'm just giving you some very, very simple rules in English language from the word order point of view as well as the part of speech. I know that the verb here is work, and I know that my father is the starter of the sentence. Yes, okay. And in a large factory cannot be a starter. It is not the verb and it does not come to the verb part. So I put it at the end of the sentence in complement. The complement part, well, is a very important part in every sentence in English language. Of course, from the point of the literature view, we will talk about all these details very differently in next sessions. We are going to talk about that. This part is a predicate adjective. Sometimes you have a predicate pronoun. Sometimes you have a predicate noun. This is a predicate adjective. We have the verb and the word that completes the sentence as a predicate. It's an adjective, while we say it is a predicate adjective. Maybe you know this matter, but if you do not know, please put it in the comments that you know these or you have no idea about this matter. It is not very a special thing, but it is very good if you know this. The predicate here is with angry. So after the starter with the subject or the object of the sentence, we have a predicate. Well, but I just like to give you a simpler rule here. The first sentence, the first part of the sentence is starter, the second part is a verb, and then you will have the complement. You can forget about the predicate adjective, predicate noun or a pronoun that I just talked about. You can go with this starter, verb part and complement to put your words in the right order for now, and later on we will talk about these kinds and types of predicates. Of course we will, but I don't want to really make it very difficult for you. Maybe you're a new learner and you are interested just to make some sentences by your own. So let me go very simple and we will talk about some more important details in next sessions. Well, I think it is enough up to here, and I would like to have a lot of different kind of comments from you, please. Give me your mother tongue word order and part of a speech. Do you think that there are different parts of a speech in different languages? And if you have found them, please let me know that part of a speech of verb is very different from for instance, Arabic to Italian, or Hindi or Japanese or Chinese or other languages. I would be very grateful to have your comments from every different kind of nationalities, from all of you. Thank you very much to watch this video. I will come back for the next session with a lot practical tips and important rules to start making some other different sentences. For now, bye and see you next session.